Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Today I will be talking to you about cocoa. I'm sure most of you love chocolate, and I hope that you would love my speech as well. I'll be mentioning some key names such as Tete Kwashi, Sir Gordon Gudgersberg. I will also talk about Fernando Po in Equatorial Guinea. I will start my speech now. Ladies and gentlemen, I know that most of you are probably familiar with chocolate. There are so many varieties of chocolate, dark chocolate, white chocolate. Whatever kind of chocolate it is, however, all chocolate originates from cocoa. As a Ghanaian, I'm happy and proud to say that we are one of the main exporters of cocoa in the world. In fact, Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire export about 90% of the world's cocoa together. Now, how did cocoa make its way to Ghana? I don't know if most of you know this, but cocoa is not an indigenous crop in Ghana. It was actually something that was brought into the country, and I'm going to tell you how. In 1870, a man called Tete Kwashi traveled to Equatorial Guinea. And when he arrived in Fernando Po, he came into contact with this cash crop, cocoa. 6 years later, when he returned to the shores of Ghana, he brought with him some cocoa beans. He planted these cocoa beans in his hometown, along with some friends, and before you know it, cocoa became one of the main cash crops in Ghana. Now, some years later, the government of Ghana decided to look into these claims that Tete Kwashi was the actual person who brought cocoa to Ghana. Well, in those days, it wasn't known as Ghana. It was known as Gold Coast. And the then governor, Sir Gordon Gudgersberg, decided to look into these claims. Of course, he found out that it was absolutely true, and Tete Kwashi was therefore recognized as the man who brought cocoa to Ghana. Cocoa today is very, very important to the Ghanaian economy. We have a cocoa processing company, and with this, we make cocoa powder, we make chocolate as well. And this chocolate is one of the finest. I don't know whether you would agree with me or not, but it has a high content of actual quality cocoa, which is not the case with most other forms or brands of chocolate. I invite you all to taste this chocolate, Golden Tree chocolate, and I hope you will enjoy it. And next time you buy a bar of chocolate, think of Tete Kwashi and think of cocoa. Thank you.